Siberia, a name that echoes with the chill of the north, a realm so immense and untamed that it defies the imagination. Here, the land stretches beyond the horizon in every direction, a boundless expanse where the silence is broken only by the whisper of the wind and the distant call of wild creatures. This is a domain sculpted by the relentless hand of winter, where the ground lies locked beneath a shroud of snow and ice for most of the year. The landscape is a masterpiece of extremes. Towering forests of larch and pine, their branches heavy with frost, stand sentinel over endless plains swept clean by Arctic gales. Siberia covers nearly 10% of the world's landmass, a staggering sweep of territory that dwarfs entire continents. Its wilderness is so vast and unbroken that from the air it appears as a living tapestry of white, green and blue, untouched, unspoiled, and almost otherworldly in its scale. To the north, the land meets the Arctic Ocean in a frozen embrace, where permafrost grips the earth in a vice that has lasted for millennia. Further south, the tundra gives way to rolling grasslands, where the snow recedes to reveal a patchwork of steppe and marsh, each ecosystem shaped by the merciless climate. The western edge is defined by the ancient Ural Mountains, their slopes blanketed in snow and shadow, while to the east the land rises into volcanic highlands where steam and fire still erupt from the Earth's core. Between these extremes lies the taiga, the largest forest on Earth, a seemingly endless sea of conifers, their trunks standing like pillars in a frozen cathedral. In this remote wilderness, the absence of human presence is absolute. The land is ruled by the elements, and every feature of the landscape bears the mark of ice, wind, and time. The cold here is not merely a season, but a force of nature, unyielding, omnipresent, and absolute. It seeps into every crevice, crystallizing the air itself, turning breath to vapor in an instant. Winter descends with a ferocity unmatched anywhere else on Earth. For 8 months the land is locked in a twilight siege, the sun barely skimming the horizon, casting long blue shadows across the snow. Temperatures plunge to depths that seem impossible. -68 °C is not a record, but a reality. Frost clings to every surface, and the air itself becomes a biting, invisible adversary. Blizzards sweep across the plains with a relentless fury, sculpting the snow into towering drifts and erasing all trace of the world beneath. Winds howl at speeds that can strip bark from trees and drive snow into every crack and hollow. For weeks on end, the sun is little more than a pale disk, its light diffused through layers of ice crystals, barely warming the frozen ground. The world is reduced to shades of blue and white, a monochrome wilderness suspended in time. In these months, the forest stands silent and motionless, every branch and blade of grass encased in rime. The land seems to hold its breath, waiting for the promise of change. Only the hardiest of creatures endure these conditions. Each animal is a marvel of adaptation, equipped with thick fur, keen senses, and an unyielding will to survive. Yet, even here, the grip of winter is not eternal. As the days slowly lengthen, the ice begins to yield, and the first signs of transformation appear along the riverbanks. Spring erupts with astonishing speed and intensity. Green shoots pierce the snow, and the tundra bursts into a riot of color as wildflowers bloom in a race against time. Rivers, once locked in silence, awaken with a thunderous roar as their icy armor shatters and is swept downstream in great grinding flows. The snow recedes, unveiling a landscape transformed. Lush grass and moss surge forth, and the land is painted in vibrant greens and golds, a fleeting paradise born from the thaw. From beneath the earth and snow, life stirs. Animals emerge from burrows and dens, blinking in the sudden brightness, their bodies lean but alive after the long winter's sleep. Herds of reindeer traverse the awakening plains, while apex predators, like the Siberian tiger and brown bear, step cautiously into the light, their senses attuned to every movement in the reborn wilderness. The skies fill with the beating wings of migratory birds, cranes, geese, and swans. returning to the wetlands that now teem with life, their calls echoing across the open water. This dramatic cycle of deep freeze and explosive renewal has shaped every living thing in Siberia. The rhythm of the seasons is written into the very fabric of the land, dictating the pace of life and the strategies of survival. Each species has evolved remarkable adaptations: dense, insulating fur, the ability to store fat, and behaviors honed over countless generations to endure the extremes. Some blend seamlessly into the snow, others migrate vast distances, and many rely on sheer resilience to outlast the cold and hunger. The eternal contest between predator and prey plays out against this stark backdrop, a drama of survival, where every sense is sharpened and every moment is a test. To explore Siberia is to witness the raw power of nature, its beauty, its brutality, and its astonishing ability to endure. This is the frozen frontier, a world apart where life persists against all odds, shaped by the relentless forces of ice, wind, and time. Along the wind-swept northern coast of Siberia, where the land dissolves into the endless, frozen expanse of the Arctic Ocean, a true monarch roams, the polar bear. Here, in one of the harshest environments on Earth, this formidable predator has carved out a life of remarkable resilience and adaptability. The polar bear is the largest land carnivore on the planet, a solitary ruler of the ice, whose presence commands respect across the tundra and sea. Towering up to 3 meters tall when upright and weighing as much as 700 kilograms, the polar bear's sheer size is matched only by its strength and endurance. Every muscle is honed for survival in a world of extremes. For most Siberian wildlife, winter brings hardship and hunger. But for the polar bear, the long, frigid months are a time of opportunity. The frozen sea becomes a vast, ever-shifting hunting ground, and the bear's true prowess is revealed. As the Arctic Ocean solidifies, the bear's territory expands for hundreds of kilometers, a white wilderness where only the most skilled can survive. The polar bear navigates this labyrinth of ice with an instinctive understanding, reading subtle cracks and pressure ridges as if they were a map. The ice is both home and hunting ground. Here, the bear's keen sense of smell can detect prey nearly 2 kilometers away, even beneath thick snow and ice. Each step is measured, conserving precious energy in a landscape where every calorie counts. Evolution has sculpted the polar bear into a masterpiece of survival. Its dense, water-repellent fur and a thick layer of insulating blubber shield it from temperatures that can plunge to minus 60 degrees Celsius. Even in the heart of an Arctic blizzard, the bear remains unfazed. The bear's fur is not just white, but translucent, scattering and reflecting light to blend perfectly with the snow. Beneath, jet-black skin absorbs the sun's faint warmth, a subtle adaptation for life in perpetual cold. This camouflage is so effective that a polar bear can vanish into the landscape, invisible to both prey and rival predators. It moves with a ghostly silence, each step calculated to avoid detection. The polar bear is also a masterful swimmer, capable of crossing up to 90 kilometers of open, icy water without rest. Its massive front paws act as powerful paddles, propelling it between drifting flows in search of food or new territory. The ringed seal is its primary quarry, a creature as elusive as the bear itself. The hunt is a contest of patience and cunning, played out on the frozen stage of the Arctic. The polar bear employs a unique hunting strategy known as still hunting. It locates a seal's breathing hole and waits, sometimes for hours, motionless and alert, its senses tuned to the faintest sound beneath the ice. When the seal surfaces, the bear strikes with lightning speed, using its immense strength to haul the prey onto the ice. Success is never guaranteed, and a single missed opportunity can mean days without food. In these moments, the polar bear's survival depends on precision and power. A successful hunt provides vital fat reserves, essential for enduring the long, lean months ahead. An adult bear can consume up to 40 kilograms of meat in a single sitting, focusing on the calorie-rich blubber. This feast fuels its body, allowing it to withstand the relentless cold and scarcity of the Arctic. Though seals are preferred, the polar bear's diet is flexible. It will opportunistically hunt fish, scavenge whale carcasses, and even challenge walrus herds, risking injury for a rare, high-reward meal. In summer, it may forage for bird eggs or kelp along the shore, demonstrating remarkable adaptability. Yet, even this apex predator faces mounting challenges. The Arctic is changing at an unprecedented pace, and the polar bear's world is shrinking. As global temperatures rise, the sea ice melts earlier each year and forms later in the autumn. The bear's hunting season shortens, and the distances between flows grow wider and more treacherous. The loss of ice means fewer opportunities to hunt seals, forcing bears to travel farther and expend more energy. Some become stranded on land, where food is scarce and competition is fierce. Thin, unstable ice poses new dangers. Bears risk falling through or becoming trapped, and young cubs are especially vulnerable as they learn to navigate this unpredictable terrain. Environmental threats compound the struggle. Pollution from distant industries drifts north, contaminating the water and accumulating in the food chain, affecting the health of both bears and their prey. Today, the polar bear's fate hangs in the balance. With a global population of around 26,000, these magnificent animals are a living testament to the power and fragility of life on the frozen frontier. Their future depends on the resilience of the Arctic itself, a world of ice, wind and silence, where the polar bear remains the undisputed symbol of Siberia's wild heart. In the heart of the Russian Far East, where the land is blanketed by endless snow and the trees stand silent and ancient, a legendary predator prowls. This is the Siberian tiger, also known as the Amur tiger, a creature whose very presence defines the wildness of this remote frontier. The Siberian tiger is the largest of all wild cats, a living embodiment of strength and grace. Its massive frame, rippling with muscle beneath a thick coat, is built to endure the harshest winters on Earth. Adult males can tip the scales at over 200 kilograms and stretch more than 2 meters from nose to rump, not counting their long, expressive tails. Every movement is a display of controlled power, perfectly adapted for survival in the frozen wilderness. The taiga is a realm of solitude, and the Siberian tiger is its elusive ruler. Each tiger roams a territory that can span hundreds of square kilometers, patrolling the snow-laden forests with a silent, ghostly presence. To maintain its domain, the tiger marks trees with deep scratches and leaves scent trails in the snow, invisible signals that warn rivals to keep their distance. These boundaries are fiercely defended, for in this vast wilderness, every resource is precious. The Siberian winter is relentless, with temperatures plunging far below freezing and snow piling high among the pines. The tiger's survival depends on remarkable adaptations honed over millennia. Its fur grows dense and long, with individual hairs reaching up to 11 centimeters, forming a luxurious, insulating barrier against the biting cold. This winter coat is a marvel of natural engineering, trapping warmth close to the body. As the seasons shift, so does the tiger's appearance. The vibrant orange and black stripes of summer fade to a muted, frosty hue, blending seamlessly with the snow and shadows. This subtle transformation is vital for stalking prey in a world of white. Moving with near-silent precision, the tiger becomes a phantom among the trees. Each step is calculated, each movement concealed by the undergrowth and the hush of falling snow. Its broad, fur-covered paws act as natural snowshoes, distributing its weight so it can glide across deep drifts without breaking the surface. This allows the tiger to approach its quarry with almost supernatural stealth. As the apex predator of the taiga, the Siberian tiger commands respect. It surveys its kingdom from snowy ridges, ever watchful for the movement of prey below. To sustain its immense body, the tiger must consume vast quantities of meat, sometimes up to 30 kilograms in a single meal. Each successful hunt is a triumph in a land where food is scarce and competition is fierce. Its prey includes red deer, elk, caribou, and wild boar, large, powerful animals that demand both cunning and strength to bring down. The tiger's patience is legendary, often stalking for hours before making its move. In this unforgiving environment, the tiger's dominance is rarely challenged. It will even confront other formidable predators, bears, lynx, and wolves, asserting its place at the very top of the food chain. The hunt is a masterclass in patience and precision. The tiger crouches low, muscles coiled, eyes locked on its target. When the moment is right, it explodes from cover, launching itself in a blur of orange and white, capable of leaping 5 meters in a single bound. If the ambush fails, the chase begins. The tiger's powerful limbs propel it across the snow, closing the gap with astonishing speed and agility. In full pursuit, a Siberian tiger can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, bounding over obstacles and through drifts with relentless determination. The combination of stealth, raw power, and explosive acceleration makes the Siberian tiger one of the most formidable hunters on the planet. Each hunt is a delicate balance between energy spent and energy gained, a constant struggle for survival in the frozen wild. As winter loosens its grip and the forest begins to thaw, the solitary tigers are drawn together by the promise of new life. For a brief moment, the silence of the tiger is broken by the calls of these elusive giants seeking out mates in the awakening forest. Yet, despite its mastery of this harsh land, the Siberian tiger's future is uncertain. Its kingdom is shrinking, threatened by the relentless advance of human activity and the ever-present danger of poaching. The Siberian tiger remains a symbol of the wild, an enduring spirit of the tiger, haunting the snowy forests with a silent, powerful presence. Its fate is a reflection of the wilderness itself, fragile, precious, and in need of protection. As the Siberian winter tightens its icy grip, a remarkable transformation sweeps across the endless tundra and dense taiga. The land, blanketed in deep snow and lashed by relentless winds, becomes a crucible of survival. In this vast frozen expanse, a great movement stirs, one of the most extraordinary migrations on Earth. This is the epic journey of the caribou, known in Eurasia as the reindeer. Each year, tens of thousands of these resilient animals set out across the snowbound wilderness, driven by ancient instincts and the unyielding need to survive. Caribou are built for endurance and hardship, weighing over 180 kilograms and standing nearly 2 meters tall at the shoulder. Their powerful bodies are perfectly adapted for the rigors of the Arctic. Every muscle, every sinew is honed for the long trek ahead. Their survival begins with their coat, a dense insulating layer of fur that traps air and repels moisture, shielding them from temperatures that can plunge below -50 degrees Celsius. Beneath this, a thick layer of fat, accumulated during the brief summer, provides vital energy reserves for the months when food is scarce. Yet the caribou's most vital adaptation is their nomadic spirit. Movement is their lifeline. Remaining in one place would mean certain starvation as the snow deepens and the vegetation vanishes beneath the ice. As the polar night descends, caribou gather in immense herds, sometimes numbering in the tens of thousands. Together, they embark on a colossal journey southward, traversing hundreds of kilometers through blizzards and over frozen rivers, seeking the shelter of the boreal forests where the snow is thinner and food more accessible. Each caribou is a living testament to adaptation, shaped by millennia of evolution in one of the planet's harshest environments. Their resilience is tested daily by the elements and by the ever-present threat of predators. As winter deepens, their coats transform. The dark browns of summer fade, replaced by a pale, almost ghostly white that blends seamlessly with the snow. This natural camouflage is a crucial defense, making it harder for wolves and other predators to single out individuals against the frozen landscape. Perhaps their most remarkable adaptation lies at their feet. Caribou hooves are broad and splayed, edged with sharp, hard rims. These unique hooves act as natural snowshoes, distributing their weight so they can walk atop deep drifts that would trap other animals. The hooves also provide traction on ice and allow them to cross treacherous terrain with surprising agility. When hunger calls, these same hooves become tools, scraping through layers of snow and ice to uncover the hidden bounty beneath. Mosses, lichens, and other hardy plants that cling to life in the permafrost. Both male and female caribou grow antlers, a rarity among deer. These impressive structures, sometimes spanning over 1.5 meters, are used in battles for dominance, but also serve as formidable weapons against would-be attackers. In the endless white, finding food is a daily struggle. The caribou's sense of smell is nothing short of extraordinary, able to detect the faintest trace of lichen buried beneath 0.5 meter of snow. With each step they search for the subtle sense of their primary food, mosses and lichens, vital sources of energy that sustain them through the long, dark months. An adult caribou must consume up to 5 kilograms of this sparse vegetation every day. Their survival depends on relentless foraging, heads down, tirelessly digging and grazing, even as the wind howls and the snow piles ever higher. The search for food shapes their migration. Following ancient trails etched into memory by countless generations, the herds move from one feeding ground to the next, their paths winding through forests, across frozen rivers and over windswept plains. But the journey is perilous. Every step is shadowed by danger, as predators lurk at the edges of the herd, waiting for the weak or the unwary to fall behind. Wolves, the caribou's most relentless adversaries, track the herds for days, testing their defenses, seeking any sign of vulnerability. The struggle between predator and prey is a constant, silent battle played out across the snow. When danger strikes, caribou respond with explosive speed, able to sprint at up to 80 kilometers per hour, their hooves kicking up clouds of powder as they race for safety. Safety lies in numbers. The tightly packed herd confuses predators, making it difficult to single out a target. The synchronized movement of thousands of bodies is both a shield and a testament to their unity. From the air, the migration is a breathtaking spectacle, a living river of caribou flowing across the white wilderness, undulating and shifting as one, guided by instinct and the promise of survival. In the heart of Siberia, the nomadic caribou endures. Their journey is a powerful reminder of the unbreakable bond between animal and land, and of the extraordinary lengths to which life must go to persist in the world's most unforgiving frontier. In the endless white wilderness of Siberia, where the cold bites deep and the silence is broken only by the wind, the grey wolf reigns as a symbol of survival and unity. From the shadowy depths of the taiga to the wind-swept tundra, these remarkable predators have carved out a life in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The haunting howl of the grey wolf carries for miles, a chilling anthem that binds the pack together and marks their territory against rivals. This call is more than a sound, it's a declaration of presence, a rallying cry, and a warning to all who hear it. Wolves are intensely social, living in packs that function as tightly woven families. Each member has a role, from the dominant alpha pair to the youngest pups, and every action is guided by a complex web of relationships and responsibilities. The pack is a living organism, its strength drawn from cooperation and trust. Up to 15 wolves may share the same territory, working together to defend their home and raise their young in the unforgiving cold. Within this structure, the young are nurtured and protected, learning the skills of survival through play and observation. Every wolf, from the smallest pup to the oldest elder, is vital to the pack's success. The social hierarchy is strict yet fluid, shaped by displays of dominance and submission. At the top stand the alpha male and female, whose leadership is earned through strength, intelligence, and experience. Their authority is rarely challenged, and their decisions guide the pack's every move. In the Siberian wild, food is scarce and precious. An adult wolf must consume around 4 kilograms of meat daily to endure the relentless cold and maintain its strength. The hunt is a test of endurance, intelligence, and teamwork. Rather than chasing after small, elusive prey, Siberian wolves set their sights on formidable animals. Deer, elk, wild boar, and even the mighty muskox. These hunts are not reckless charges, but carefully orchestrated maneuvers. The pack fans out, encircling their quarry, cutting off escape routes and sowing confusion. When facing wild boar or elk, the wolves rely on silent communication, glances, body language, and subtle signals to coordinate their attack. Even the muskox, armored in thick fur and muscle, is not beyond their reach. Success depends on patience, timing, and the ability to read both prey and packmates. The wolves move as one, shifting positions with silent precision, each member anticipating the next move. Their strategies are as varied as the landscape, sometimes a sudden ambush, other times a relentless pursuit. In the open tundra, the pack may engage in a grueling relay, chasing prey for kilometers across the snow. Each wolf takes a turn at the front, pushing the quarry to exhaustion, then falling back to recover while another takes its place. This endurance hunt is a testament to their stamina and discipline. When the prey finally falters, the pack closes in, ending the chase with swift, coordinated action. Every member shares in the reward, from the alphas to the youngest pups. The wolves' relentless testing of herds, probing for weakness, isolating the old, the young, or the sick, serves a greater purpose. By removing the most vulnerable, they help maintain the health and balance of the ecosystem, ensuring only the fittest survive to breed. The process is harsh, but it is nature's way, an ancient cycle of predator and prey, played out against the stark beauty of the Siberian winter. Life within the pack is a constant negotiation of status and role. Dominance is asserted through ritualized displays, raised hackles, bared teeth, lowered bodies, rarely escalating to violence, but always reinforcing the social order. The alpha pair, usually the only breeders, are the heart of the pack. Their bond is strong, and their leadership ensures the group's survival. When pups are born, the entire pack becomes their guardians. Adults bring food to the den, regurgitating meat for the hungry mouths, and standing watch against threats. The young are schooled in the ways of the wild, learning to read the snow, to track, to listen, and to move as one with the pack. Communication is the glue that binds them, an intricate language of body, scent, and sound. Scent marks define the boundaries of their world, while subtle postures and gestures convey everything from affection to warning. Their voices, whines, barks, growls, and that unforgettable howl carry messages across the frozen expanse, uniting the pack even when scattered by the hunt. In the heart of Siberia, the grey wolf is more than a predator. It is a master of adaptation, a creature whose survival depends on intelligence, cooperation, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Through blizzards and bitter nights, the pack endures, each member relying on the others, each life woven into the fabric of the wild. The grey wolf story is one of resilience, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of life in a land where only the strongest and most united survive. Their howls echo across the frozen frontier, a living testament to the power of the pack and the enduring spirit of the wild. The grey wolf is the very soul of Siberia, unyielding, resourceful, and forever bound to the land and to each other. In the endless snows, they move as one, predators, guardians, and survivors, masters of the frozen frontier. In the desolate, wind-scoured heights of southern Siberia, where jagged peaks pierce the sky and the air is thin and biting, A shadow moves with silent purpose. Here, in a world sculpted by ice and stone, the snow leopard reigns as a master of survival, an enigma rarely glimpsed by human eyes. Nicknamed the ghost of the mountain, the snow leopard is a creature of myth and mystery. Its pale, dappled coat allows it to vanish into the rocky labyrinth, moving with a grace that belies the harshness of its domain. Even seasoned trackers can spend years in these mountains and never catch more than a fleeting glimpse. Solitude is the snow leopard's constant companion. It roams alone across the upper reaches, often at elevations above 3,000 meters, where oxygen is scarce and temperatures plunge far below freezing. Here, every step is a test of endurance, and only the most perfectly adapted can survive. An adult snow leopard is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Weighing up to 55 kilograms and stretching 1.5 meters from nose to tail, it is built for balance and warmth. Its thick, luxurious tail, nearly as long as its body, serves as both a counterweight on perilous cliffs and a scarf to shield its face from the biting wind as it rests. The snow leopard's camouflage is nothing short of extraordinary. Its smoky grey fur, flecked with dark rosettes and spots, mirrors the fractured light and shadow of the mountains, rendering it nearly invisible to both prey and rival predators. Each strand of its dense coat is designed to trap warmth, while the intricate patterning breaks up its outline against the snow and stone. In this frozen wilderness, invisibility is its greatest weapon. The snow leopard is an ambush predator relying on patience and stealth. It moves with calculated precision, using every boulder and outcrop as cover, its body pressed low to the ground, eyes locked on its quarry. Its territory is immense, sometimes stretching over 1,000 square kilometers. This vast range is a necessity, for prey is scarce and scattered across the unforgiving landscape. The snow leopard's survival depends on its ability to traverse these distances, navigating sheer cliffs and icy ravines with effortless agility. Its diet is as rugged as its home. The snow leopard preys on Siberian mountain goats and wild ibex, animals as sure-footed and wary as itself. It will also hunt smaller creatures, marmots, peacocks, and birds, each meal a hard-won prize in a land where hunger is a constant threat. The hunt is a test of patience and skill. The snow leopard waits motionless for hours, sometimes days, studying the movements of its prey, learning the rhythms of the mountain. When the moment comes, it advances with ghostly silence, closing the distance with astonishing stealth. Its padded paws muffle every step, and its body flows over the rocks like liquid shadow. Then, with a sudden burst of power, the snow leopard launches itself in a breathtaking leap, sometimes spanning 15 meters in a single bound. It can clear yawning chasms and leap from ledge to ledge with a precision that seems almost supernatural. Pursuit is relentless. The snow leopard can race down near vertical slopes at speeds approaching 88 kilometers per hour. Its muscular limbs and flexible spine absorbing the shock of every landing, few animals can match its agility on such treacherous ground. Unlike its roaring cousins, the snow leopard is a creature of quiet. Its vocal cords are uniquely shaped, so it cannot roar. Instead, it communicates in whispers, soft hisses, low growls, and a gentle chuffing sound that echoes faintly through the mountain air. These subtle sounds are the language of the high peaks, a way to mark territory or call to a distant mate without drawing unwanted attention. The snow leopard's existence is a delicate balance. It is one of the rarest and most endangered big cats on Earth, its numbers dwindling in the face of a harsh and changing world. Its isolation is both a shield and a curse. While the remoteness of its habitat offers some protection, it also means that any threat, be it dwindling prey, shifting climate, or the encroachment of danger, can have devastating consequences. The fate of the snow leopard is entwined with the fate of its mountain home. To protect this magnificent predator is to safeguard an entire ecosystem, a web of life as intricate and fragile as the patterns on its fur. The snow leopard is more than a symbol of Siberia's wildest frontiers. It is a living testament to resilience, a phantom guardian of the frozen heights, and a reminder of the untamed beauty that endures in the world's most remote and unforgiving places. Beyond the terrestrial giants, Siberia's wild frontier stretches into the icy embrace of the Arctic Ocean, where the land surrenders to a world of drifting ice and frigid waters. Here, the struggle for survival is relentless, and only the most specialized creatures endure. Among these is the walrus, a true titan of the Arctic. Weighing up to 2 tons, the walrus is a keystone species shaping the ecosystem both above and below the ice. Its immense bulk is not just for show, it is a living fortress built to withstand the punishing cold and the crushing pressure of the deep. The walrus's survival hinges on a remarkable adaptation, a thick, insulating layer of blubber, sometimes reaching 15 centimeters in depth. This blubber acts as both a thermal barrier and an energy reserve, allowing the walrus to remain submerged in near-freezing water for extended periods, and to fast during lean times when food is scarce. Making up nearly a third of its body weight, this blubber is a marvel of natural engineering, providing warmth and buoyancy in an environment where exposure can mean death within minutes. On the ice, walruses gather in dense social herds, their bodies pressed together for warmth and protection. These gatherings are more than just a survival strategy. They are the heart of walrus society, where bonds are formed and reinforced through vocalizations and physical contact. Their presence on the ice is vital, as their movements and feeding habits help to shape the very landscape of the Arctic ecosystem. Walruses are often seen hauled out in raucous colonies, their deep bellows echoing across the frozen expanse. These gatherings are not only for rest, they are crucial for breeding, nurturing young, and sharing information about food sources. As bottom feeders, walruses play a unique role in the Arctic food web. Their sensitive whiskers, or vibrissae, are finely tuned instruments, capable of detecting the faintest movements of prey hidden beneath the sediment. With these, they scour the dark seabed, searching for clams, snails, and other invertebrates. Diving to depths of up to 90 meters, walruses use their powerful suction to extract mollusks from their shells, leaving behind telltale pits in the ocean floor. This foraging behavior stirs up nutrients, supporting a diverse community of marine life and maintaining the health of the benthic ecosystem. The walrus's most iconic feature, its long ivory tusks, are more than just impressive ornaments. In males, these tusks can reach 1 meter in length, serving as tools for digging, weapons in fierce battles for dominance, and even as grappling hooks to haul their massive bodies onto the ice. With a single thrust, a walrus can lever itself from the water, defying gravity and the slippery surface of the flow. In the social hierarchy, tusks are a badge of status. Males clash in dramatic displays of strength, their tusks clashing in thunderous combat for the right to mate or claim the best resting spots. Against predators, these tusks become formidable weapons capable of inflicting serious injury. While orcas are the walrus's primary natural enemy, the walrus's sheer size, thick hide, and lethal tusks make it a daunting adversary rarely taken without a fight. Above this frozen world, another master of survival reigns, the golden eagle, a symbol of Siberia's untamed spirit. The golden eagle is a year-round sentinel, patrolling the vast snowbound wilderness with unwavering resolve. Its presence is a testament to adaptation and resilience. With a wingspan stretching nearly 2 meters and a body built for power, the golden eagle is one of the largest and most formidable raptors in the world. Its dense, waterproof plumage shields it from the Siberian winter, allowing it to hunt when most birds have long since migrated south. Weighing over 4 kilograms, the eagle's muscular frame is perfectly adapted for high-speed pursuits and sudden explosive dives. Its talons, sharp and unyielding, are capable of dispatching prey with a single strike. The eagle's feathers are layered for maximum insulation, trapping air close to the body and repelling moisture, a vital adaptation for surviving blizzards and sub-zero temperatures. Yet the golden eagle's most extraordinary adaptation is its vision. With eyes 8 times more powerful than a human's, it can detect the slightest movement from up to 3 kilometers away. This unrivaled eyesight allows it to spot prey even in the patchwork shadows of the tundra. In winter, as larger prey becomes scarce, the golden eagle's diet shifts. It targets smaller mammals, rabbits, hares, and rodents, using stealth and patience to outwit its quarry. From high above, the eagle circles, reading the landscape for any sign of life. When the moment comes, it tucks its wings and plunges earthward, reaching speeds over 200 kilometers per hour. This breathtaking dive is a masterclass in precision and timing, as the eagle locks onto its target and closes the distance in seconds. With wings folded tight, it becomes a living missile, striking with unerring accuracy. Its talons, each as sharp as a knife, close around its prey, ending the hunt in a heartbeat. The golden eagle's hunting prowess ensures its survival and helps regulate populations of small mammals, maintaining balance in the ecosystem. But the golden eagle is also a consummate opportunist. When the opportunity arises, it will scavenge the remains of larger animals felled by the cold or by other predators, ensuring that nothing is wasted in this harsh environment. In the frozen wilds of Siberia, the walrus and the golden eagle are more than survivors. They are architects of their world, each uniquely adapted to their domain. Their presence shapes the rhythm of life on the ice and in the sky, embodying the resilience and raw power of the Siberian frontier. Beneath the towering pines and endless snowfields of Siberia, a hidden world thrives, one where the smallest creatures wage a daily battle for survival. While the great predators and massive herbivores often command attention, it is the miniature denizens of this frozen frontier that truly embody resilience. These animals, often overlooked, are masters of adaptation. Their lives are a testament to the power of ingenuity, resourcefulness, and preparation in the face of relentless cold and scarcity. Among the most captivating is the Siberian chipmunk, a creature whose entire existence is shaped by the rhythm of the seasons. Weighing scarcely more than a handful of snow, this tiny rodent faces the 8-month winter not by braving the elements, but by vanishing into a world beneath the frost. Its survival hinges on meticulous planning and architectural prowess. The chipmunk spends the fleeting warmth of summer and autumn engineering a labyrinthine burrow hidden deep within the earth. During these brief months, it forages with tireless energy, gathering seeds, nuts, and berries from the forest floor, each morsel a lifeline for the long winter ahead. The burrow itself is a marvel of natural engineering, stretching up to 3 meters in length and branching into a network of tunnels and chambers. Each chamber serves a distinct purpose, some for sleeping, others for nesting, and the most vital for storing the bounty of summer. Within these subterranean rooms, the chipmunk creates a sanctuary, insulated from the biting cold and hidden from prowling predators. The chipmunk's cheeks, capable of stretching to astonishing proportions, become its greatest tool, allowing it to transport multiple seeds and nuts at once, shuttling supplies back to its underground larder. Each trip is a race against time, as the first snows threaten to seal the forest in silence. By the time winter descends, the chipmunk's stores are vast, enough to sustain it through months of darkness, without ever exposing itself to the deadly cold above. But the chipmunk is not alone in its ingenuity. The forests and rivers of Siberia are alive with birds whose survival depends on equally remarkable strategies. The black grouse, with its striking lyre-shaped tail, is a year-round resident, braving the Siberian winter when most birds have long since migrated. As the landscape transforms into a frozen expanse, the black grouse adapts, shifting its diet to the tough, resinous needles and buds of conifer trees, one of the few food sources that persist through the coldest months. This dietary shift is a feat of physiological adaptation, allowing the grouse to extract nutrients from food that few other animals can digest. When the first hints of spring return, the males gather in ancient leks, their elaborate dances and calls echoing across the thawing meadows, a ritual that ensures the next generation will continue this cycle of endurance. Along the rivers, the mandarin duck brings a splash of color to the monochrome landscape. The male's brilliant plumage is a beacon in the muted world of winter. These ducks rely on secluded, ice-free streams and the shelter of overhanging branches to survive, their courtship and nesting timed perfectly to the brief Siberian summer. Each of these small residents has evolved a unique set of tools, physical, behavioral, and ecological, to carve out a niche in this demanding environment. The chipmunk's relentless hoarding, the black grouse's dietary flexibility, and the mandarin duck's precise timing are all solutions to the same problem: how to endure when the world turns to ice. Together, these creatures form the foundation of the Siberian food web. Their activities, gathering, storing, foraging, shape the very structure of the ecosystem. They provide sustenance for predators like the golden eagle, and through their movements disperse seeds and nutrients, ensuring the renewal of the taiga each spring. Their resilience is not just a matter of survival, but of shaping and sustaining the wilderness itself. In the grand tapestry of Siberia, it is these miniature marvels, each with their own story of endurance and adaptation, that ensure the land remains wild, vibrant, and alive, no matter how deep the winter. Siberia, a land of mythic scale and raw beauty, stretches across the northern reaches of our planet like a vast frozen tapestry. Its forests, rivers, and tundra seem timeless, an unyielding stronghold of nature. Yet beneath this stoic exterior, Siberia is a living, breathing ecosystem, more vulnerable than it appears. The delicate balance of life here is threatened by forces both visible and unseen. Human encroachment, roads, logging, and industry carves deep scars into the wilderness, while the invisible hand of climate change alters the very fabric of the land. The relentless demand for resources drives industry ever deeper into the heart of Siberia. Forests fall to chainsaws, and the taiga, home to countless species, shrinks with every passing year. Wildfires, once rare, now rage with increasing frequency and ferocity, fueled by hotter, drier summers. The Arctic is warming at a rate unmatched anywhere else on Earth. Permafrost, the ancient frozen ground that underpins much of Siberia, is thawing. As it melts, it releases vast stores of methane, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere, accelerating global warming and destabilizing the land. For Siberia's wildlife, adaptation is a matter of survival. Polar bears, once rulers of the ice, now struggle as their hunting grounds vanish beneath their paws. Walruses, deprived of sea ice, crowd onto rocky shores in dangerous numbers, risking deadly stampedes. The Siberian tiger, a symbol of the wild, faces shrinking territory and dwindling prey. Snow leopards, elusive and solitary, are forced higher into the mountains, their habitats fragmented by human activity and climate shifts. Each animal must adapt, changing migration routes, altering hunting patterns, and braving new dangers. Industrial expansion brings new hazards. Oil and gas extraction threatens to poison rivers and soil with toxic spills. Mining operations scar the land, polluting waterways and destroying habitats that have existed for millennia. Even the remote Arctic seas are not spared. Overfishing depletes vital food sources, while plastic pollution infiltrates the food chain, endangering marine life from the smallest fish to the mightiest predators. Poaching, driven by the illegal wildlife trade, remains a constant threat. Snares and traps set in the snow claim the lives of tigers, leopards, and countless other creatures, pushing already vulnerable populations closer to extinction. The black market's insatiable demand for pelts and body parts fuels this deadly trade, undermining conservation efforts and threatening the very existence of Siberia's most iconic predators. Despite protective laws, the sheer scale and remoteness of Siberia make enforcement a daunting challenge. Rangers patrol endless forests, but every loss to poaching is a blow to the fragile web of life. The silence that follows the disappearance of a species is profound. Each loss echoes through the ecosystem, altering predator-prey relationships and diminishing the wild's resilience. Yet, Siberia's story is not only one of loss. Its forests, stretching beyond the horizon, act as the lungs of the world, absorbing carbon, regulating climate, and sustaining life far beyond their borders. The predators that roam these woods are guardians of balance, their survival intertwined with the fate of the entire ecosystem. The Arctic ice, gleaming under the midnight sun, reflects sunlight and helps stabilize the planet's climate. As it recedes, the world grows warmer and the consequences ripple outward, affecting weather, sea levels, and life everywhere. Conservation is a race against time. Scientists and conservationists work tirelessly to understand Siberia's complex web of life, tracking animal movements, studying adaptation, and developing strategies to protect habitats and restore balance. Animals adapt in remarkable ways, altering migration routes, shifting breeding seasons, and seeking new refuges. But adaptation has its limits. Without intervention, the pace of change may outstrip even nature's resilience. The future of Siberia depends on our willingness to act. Reforestation, habitat protection, and global cooperation are essential to preserving this wild frontier. The choices we make today will determine whether Siberia's forests, rivers, and wildlife endure for generations yet unborn. In the end, the fight for Siberia's future is a fight for the planet itself. If we succeed, the wild heart of Siberia will continue to beat, untamed, resilient, and alive, reminding us of the power and fragility of the natural world. Beneath the icy silence of Siberia's endless forests lies a hidden world as complex and untamed as the wilderness above. Siberia's rivers and lakes, arteries that pulse through the land, harbor some of the most resilient and mysterious life forms on Earth. Here, in the cold, dark waters, a delicate balance is struck between predator and prey, survival and extinction. The Amur River, winding for thousands of kilometers, is home to one of the world's largest and most ancient freshwater predators, the Amur sturgeon. With armored bodies and whiskered snouts, these prehistoric fish have glided through Siberian waters for millions of years. They hunt by stealth, sensing the faintest vibrations, and can live for decades, growing to immense sizes. Yet their patience is tested by dwindling spawning grounds and shifting currents, forcing them to adapt their ancient rituals to an uncertain future. In the shadowy depths, the Siberian taiman reigns supreme. Sometimes called the river wolf, this colossal salmonid is a master predator, swift, aggressive, and cunning. Taimen launch explosive ambushes, snatching birds from the surface and feasting on smaller fish. Their survival depends on pristine waters and abundant prey, making them a living barometer of the river's health. As pollution and overfishing threaten their numbers, only the strongest and most adaptable endure. Elsewhere, the Lena River teems with pike, stealthy hunters cloaked in mottled green. They lie in wait among submerged reeds, launching lightning-fast attacks on unsuspecting fish and even waterfowl. Siberian pike are relentless, adapting to frigid winters by slowing their metabolism and surviving months beneath thick ice, waiting for the thaw to resume their hunt. Not all hunters are giants. The burbot, a nocturnal eel-like fish, haunts the coldest waters, prowling the riverbed in search of prey. With a taste for fish and crustaceans, burbot thrive in the extreme cold, where few others dare to swim. Their survival hinges on their ability to breed under the ice, ensuring their lineage endures in the harshest conditions. Even in the smallest ponds, the web of life is intricate. Dragonfly larvae, tiny predators in their own right, stalk the shallow margins, feeding on insects and fish fry. Their presence signals clean water and healthy ecosystems, connecting the fate of aquatic life to the broader health of Siberia's wilderness. Each species, ancient sturgeon, ruthless taimen, ambush pike, and elusive burbot, plays a vital role in sustaining the balance of these freshwater worlds. Their battles and triumphs unfold in silence, beneath a surface that mirrors the endless sky. Here, survival depends not on strength alone, but on adaptability, patience, and the unbreakable threads that bind every creature to the fate of the waters they call home. In Siberia's rivers and lakes, the dance of predator and prey continues, a testament to resilience and the enduring mystery of life beneath the ice. As dusk settles over the endless Siberian wilderness, a new cast of hunters emerges from the shadows. The forest, cloaked in silence, becomes a stage for the secretive lives of nocturnal predators, creatures whose mastery of the night is matched only by their resilience. High among the ancient pines, the haunting call of the great grey owl echoes. With wings as silent as falling snow, this ghostly raptor glides through the twilight, its immense facial disc funneling the faintest sounds to razor-sharp ears. Even beneath a thick layer of snow, the owl can pinpoint the scurry of a vole or shrew. In a sudden, soundless swoop, it strikes, talons closing with lethal precision. The great grey owl's camouflage, patience, and acute hearing make it one of Siberia's most efficient nocturnal hunters. On the forest floor, the Siberian lynx prowls under the cover of darkness. With tufted ears attuned to the slightest rustle and pale eyes that pierce the gloom, the lynx slips through the undergrowth like a shadow. Its padded paws muffle every step, allowing it to stalk hares and grouse undetected. When the moment comes, the lynx launches in a blur of muscle and fur, relying on explosive power and agility to secure its meal. In winter, its wide, snowshoe-like paws support it atop deep drifts, extending its hunting range when most prey are scarce. Both owl and lynx are sculpted by the challenges of Siberian nights. Extreme cold demands thick, insulating fur and feathers. The shifting moonlight calls for keen senses, vision that can read the faintest movement, hearing that can catch the quietest heartbeat. Adaptation is survival, and every successful hunt is a testament to the evolutionary arms race between predator and prey. In the silent hours, these nocturnal hunters remind us that the Siberian wilderness never truly sleeps. Every night, the ancient dance of pursuit and evasion continues, unseen by day, but vital to the intricate web of life. Here, beneath the cloak of darkness, the wild endures, patient, powerful, and forever untamed. Across the vast expanse of Siberia, the turning of the seasons is not just a change in scenery, it is a profound transformation that rewrites the rules of life and death. Here, predator and prey are locked in a perpetual contest, their fates woven tightly to the rhythms of ice, thaw, and fleeting warmth. As winter tightens its grip, the land is buried beneath meters of snow. Prey species, like the nimble Siberian hare and the elusive lemming, don their white winter coats, blending seamlessly into the frozen landscape. For predators, the hunt becomes a test of endurance and ingenuity. The Siberian wolf packs must travel greater distances, their breath crystallizing in the frigid air as they track herds of reindeer through blizzards and over treacherous ice. The snow's depth muffles sound and scent, forcing wolves and lynx alike to hone their senses and patience to the extreme. But as the sun climbs higher and spring arrives, the world awakens in a rush of color and movement. Melting snow reveals fresh growth, and prey populations surge. Newborn calves and chicks provide a brief but critical bounty for hunters. The Siberian tiger, once a ghostly presence in the winter woods, now stalks the dense, green underbrush, adapting its strategy to the shifting cover. Summer brings abundance, but also new hazards. Rivers swell with meltwater, creating barriers and opportunities alike. prey disperse into the vastness, making the hunt more challenging. For predators, success depends on reading the subtle signs of the land, tracks in the soft earth, the rustle of grass, a fleeting shadow. As autumn returns, scarcity looms. Animals bulk up, storing precious fat against the coming cold. The predator-prey balance teeters on a knife's edge. For every successful hunt, there are many that end in empty bellies. It is a relentless cycle, driven by the unforgiving pulse of Siberia's climate. In this extreme environment, adaptation is everything. Each season demands new tactics, new strengths, and new resilience from every creature. The dance between hunter and hunted is never static. It is as dynamic and unpredictable as the Siberian weather itself. Here, survival is not just about strength or speed, but about timing, intuition, and the ability to change with the land. In Siberia, the seasons are not just a backdrop, they are the ultimate game master, shaping the destinies of all who call this wilderness home. Beneath the towering pines and icy tundra of Siberia, a hidden world pulses with life. Here, far from the spotlight of apex predators, insects and invertebrate hunters form the intricate foundation of the ecosystem, a web of survival as complex and vital as any chase between wolf and reindeer. As spring's thaw awakens the land, billions of tiny creatures emerge. Beetles, spiders, centipedes, and predatory ants stir beneath the moss and leaf litter. Among the undergrowth, ground beetles, armoured and agile, patrol the forest floor, hunting caterpillars, larvae, and other unsuspecting prey. Their powerful jaws make quick work of soft-bodied insects, regulating populations before they can damage the fragile new growth. In the wetlands, dragonfly nymphs lurk beneath the surface, ambush predators with lightning-fast reflexes. They feast on mosquito larvae and even small tadpoles, shaping the balance of aquatic life before transforming into aerial hunters that patrol the summer skies. Wolf spiders, camouflaged against the birch bark and stones, prowl on silent legs. They rely on stealth and speed, pouncing on crickets and flies with unerring precision. Each successful hunt is a small, silent victory in the larger struggle for balance. The Siberian forest is also home to the formidable ant lion, whose larvae dig conical pits in the sand and wait motionless for an unwary ant to slip and tumble to its doom. This patience and ingenuity echo the strategies of Siberia's larger predators, but play out on a miniature scale. Even in winter, when the land seems lifeless, some invertebrate hunters endure. The snow flea, a tiny springtail, thrives in sub-zero temperatures, feeding on decaying plant matter and microscopic prey. Their resilience ensures the slow decomposition of organic material, recycling nutrients, and sustaining the roots of the forest. Though often overlooked, these invertebrate predators are the unsung architects of Siberia's wilderness. They control pest populations, pollinate plants, and break down organic matter, maintaining the delicate equilibrium upon which every larger creature depends. In the endless cycle of life and death, their role is as essential as any wolf or tiger. In the shadows and soil, the true strength of Siberia is revealed, not in size or ferocity, but in the countless, tireless lives that knit the ecosystem together, one tiny hunt at a time. Far beyond the reach of even the hardiest explorers, Siberia's remotest corners harbour predators that few eyes have ever seen. These rare and elusive hunters exist on the fringes of the imaginable, a testament to the wilderness's enduring secrecy. In the shadowed valleys of the Altai Mountains, the Pallas's cat, or manul, stalks among rocky outcrops. With its dense, frost-resistant fur and flattened profile, the manul is nature's master of concealment. It hunts at dawn and dusk, its round pupils scanning for the slightest movement of pica or vole. Every step is calculated, every pause a lesson in patience. The manul's survival depends on its invisibility. Blending seamlessly with the lichen-covered stones, it vanishes at the first hint of danger, a living whisper on the wind. Deeper still, In the ancient taiga, the sable weaves its way through tangled undergrowth. Sleek and agile, this solitary marten is both predator and prey, feasting on rodents, birds, and insects. Its luxurious fur, coveted for centuries, is its blessing and its curse. The sable's keen sense of smell leads it to hidden nests and burrows, while its silent movement ensures that it rarely becomes a meal itself. Each night, it traverses a secret network of trails, mapping the forest's heartbeat with every paw print. In the frigid expanse of northern tundra, the stoat, clad in winter's white, becomes an apparition against the snow. Its long, slender body slips effortlessly into burrows, where it hunts lemmings and shrews with unrelenting precision. The stoat's transformation from brown to white is not just camouflage, but a symbol of adaptation in a land where only the most flexible survive. Even among the icy rivers, the elusive Siberian musk deer navigates the twilight. With elongated fangs and nimble hooves, it creeps through the underbrush, feeding on mosses and lichen, but always wary of lynx and wolf. Its scent glands, prized by poachers, mark it as a target, yet its reclusive nature keeps it just beyond the hunter's reach, an ancient spirit lingering in the mist. High above, the northern hawk owl surveys frozen forests from a solitary perch. Unlike its nocturnal cousins, it hunts by day, its vision piercing the gloom for signs of movement. A sudden dive, a silent strike. Its prey rarely suspects the danger until it is too late. These rare predators, each a living fragment of Siberia's wild tapestry, remind us that true wilderness is measured not by the creatures we often see, but by those that remain hidden, thriving in silence, surviving against all odds. In the farthest reaches where the world seems untouched, the pulse of life endures in forms both strange and spectacular, ghosts that haunt the last great wilderness on earth.